That is, thank you so much for sharing that story. How I love that you were born in Hawaii. So now that makes so much sense. Thank you, Brandon. You've already answered this second question, which was what becoming what drew you into becoming an athlete or coach, a trainer working with young people. I heard you say that you enjoyed loving helping others. But was there in that season of training and working with young people? Was there anything that stood out to you that was your favorite thing with working with the youth?
Um, I mean, I want to go back kind of the second question. Like, I think the impetus for me to everything that I've kind of done is kind of God's kind of created me to be a servant. Like I grew up in the restaurant industry. When I was 14, I started bussing tables. Started I worked in the kitchen when I was 15, 16 years old, and then I started waiting tables and bartending. And there was always an something where I wanted to help people, where I wanted to serve. Like that's just who I am. And even training in the restaurant industry, I always had a hard time with people that couldn't serve well. Like I never understood it. Like, why do you want to meet people's needs? Why do you not want to help them have a great experience here? And some of it's just because they weren't good at multitasking or reprioritizing the needs of people, but it's also because they didn't care. They didn't care to see like, hey, this person's glass is empty. Go fill it. Like, don't ask them. Just understand. Like, they want more water. Like, serving even in athletic training was the same way of, hey, these people have a problem. They want to get better back on the field. So serve them. Figure out what you can do to help them to the best of your ability. Um, and so that season meant a lot to me because I got to help in a different type of aspect that I had never helped before. It was literally helping kids become some of the best that they could be. When it's serving in our youth group, what did it mean? Well, it meant for them, teaching them and trying to serve them in a way that they taught them how to serve and how to serve well, what that looked like, how to serve with excellence. And there was a demand sometimes for the youth that maybe was too much. People might have thought it was too much, that it was like, serve well, like not just serve just to serve, not just serve because you're told to, not just serve because you feel like you have to, or that's because what the event tells you to do, but because that's part of who you are, and to do it with excellence. And sometimes that would lead me to frustration. Especially when we did some of like the past fundraisers that we would do. The pastor always laughs at me because I would get frustrated with what was going on. And some of it's because I'd have to guide people or the youth into, how do you lead? How do you serve? How do you serve? Like, there should just be this drawing to serve. And I know it's not innate in everybody. And that sometimes is hard. But that, I think, is the biggest impact for me with the youth, was in serving them, in the fact that I didn't want them to go through the same trials that I went through. When I went to the wilderness journey of how isolated, how depressed, how the drugs led to what I would thought it would, what I'd hoped it would, right? Like, and so serving them just to be better, to not have to travel that road that I traveled, was important for me.